I
This
can.
conference
Now,
will now be recorded.
hope now.
Now we can see.
So things we need to cover this in 2 days, Saturday, Thursday, and Friday, basically 30 minutes, and these things. Okay. So today we will see the interview questions related to generators, and before that we will move to some concept which is iterators. It is in asking in interviews. If you are adding in 3+ year experience of this Python, so you should know what is iterator and how iterator works, and at least the concept of that iterator. So that would be good for us. Okay, one thing. Then we will move to another concept called file handling, which is important for us, and then we'll go with logging concept, because these two will work as a your company side. In your company side, if you want to work some in inside company, if you want to work, then you require this thing, but this is completely conceptual based, and this require iterator concept. Then only we can make the some stuff inside this area, especially related to iterators and generators, basically. So generators and iterators are both interview related questions, so that's why I'm going to introduce you these things. But understand, it is just for understanding concept. This is for just understanding concept. So today we will see iterators, and then we will move to generators. Okay.
Did you
Hello.
start recording?
Yeah. Hello.
Did you start recording?
I started recording.
Okay.
So no issue for that. This is completely conceptual based. Later we will move to the based file handling concept. Okay. So let me first introduce you about iterators and other stuff also. Tell me if you know little bit about the concept of what we learned before, especially for Python. In that we will see the iterator concept. Without iterator, how we will going to work on it, I'll show you first. So consider we have one list, my list. There is one very object, and this object type is a list, and here we have some value. Okay. So if you want to get the iterators of this object, if you want to convert this object into iterator, so we'll write any object name iterator, and then we will use this symbol function iter, my list underscore list. So this object will become iterator. Now what in by iterator, I'll tell you. Before going to into depth, I'll just try to write a program in Python based environment, so that would be good for us. Python 3. So here I'll try the same thing whatever I did here. So I'll use this thing here, and then I'll use iter and then run this program. So my iterator, if you see here my iterator, and then if I write next method, this is predefined method. Remember, two methods we saw, iter and next. These two methods are already defined in iterator. The purpose of this iter is basically to convert normal object into iterator object. So this is called iterator object, and this next object is help you to fetch the value from that collection, and that value will be 2. Now this is okay. Now but this is normal thing, we can fetch directly also, like my underscore list equal of 0 will get it. But if you try again this time, so you will get next value like 2, then now you will get 3. So this is called iterator concept. Remember, the purpose of iterator is what? It will help you to solve the iteration part, and that iteration part, it will remember the what you called. So this will help you in industry for writing a script which will remember the data. So suppose today is 2 May, and you executed this line again, same line, it will execute in the next line, so it will automatically capture the next data and it will display it to you here. So 3 May will come automatically. So this is the
It's like
purpose of it.
It's like a sequence generator, right? Something like that.
Yes, it's like sequential. Yes, yes, correct. Sequences are there, so it will work only in the iteration part, means sequential data. If we have set of data, only it is possible. If you tell me, can we use, instead of writing list, can we use in simple variable a, like a variable? So it is not possible. Why? Because a is single value, and my list basically here is having multiple value, right? So that's why my list is possible, so it will iterate each value one by one. So this is the purpose of iterator. Okay, so let me try with another thing. Now what happened when we try to execute next and then my underscore iterator? So what would be the next value now?
4.
4, and then
4.
again 5. Now any suggestion? Mm-hmm. any any suggestion what it will be display you? What would
Error not found.
output it will display?
Again, it comes to 2 only, right?
Yeah, it will not come to 2, it will give you an error, because remember, this is an interview question they will ask. Next will go only in next, not it will reverse to the first one. So as per logic of Python, what we learn, after this it will directly move to this part. So this will become circular dependency issues. So because of that reason, they use next for next purpose only. So it will give you one stop iteration error. It will give you one error or stop iteration error. So this is one example of iterator. And now we will see how we will do this thing through a generator. Now generator is a way to implement iterator. Let me tell you, this is already built in iterator. Remember, this is built in iterator I used. Here I use built-in iterator through iter. If I want to create my own iterator, so we can create through a generator. How? Let me tell you how. So first of all, we require def, and then for my generator, any name we will give, and then argument some. So this function I'm trying to create here, I'm using 1, and 1 equal to some message. I'll write here some message like print and 1, some message, okay, like this. And after that I want to make it yield. Yield is a keyword to implement iterator, remember. So this is the yield keyword. Now this first iteration time, what happened, it will print 1 and it will display 1, and that's it, remember. Now next time I will do 2. I can do anything because I'm creating my own iterator here, remember. So I'm writing here print double quotation two, and then double quotation close, and here yield again. So this will yield, will help us to generate a next value. So next time if I try with this example, like if I try to call this iterator, like my generator, my underscore generator, and then my underscore generator, and then open close bracket. So I should get some value, remember. So this is just iterator. Now I'll write iterator in a, and I will store this a equal to my underscore generator. So a is basically contain iterator object. This is a is what? A is iterator object. So iterator object we will specify in next, and then we will see 1. If I again try, I'll get 2. So here I create my own iterator, remember. So using yield keyword, they will ask you in interview how we can create an iterator. So you can create iterator using generator concept, and generator concept, in that we need to use yield keyword. Yield keyword will hold the pause the output of your next iteration till when you again call through next method. So through next method, if you call an object of iterator, so it will return you the value of that member. So what we can say about a generator, a way to implement iterator, custom iterator, you can say custom iterator. You can create your own iterator. This is the one thing, and it uses yield keyword. Yield is a keyword. What is the purpose of yield keyword? It pause output, means remaining code. You can say remaining code, it will pause that part. This is the purpose of yield. And another thing, remember, uh, generator methods, whether methods or function, you can say function, always return iterator object. So if you tell this information, and that object can iterator object, obviously iterator object can be handled through what? Next method, next predefined next method. Remember, so what we understand, these few points, 4 points we understand from generator. Generator is a way to implement custom iterator. If you want to make a custom iterator, that time we use generator. And we can implement generator iterator through yield keyword. What is the purpose of yield keyword? It will hold the output. If you remember here, we return well 1 and 2. First time if I try to call through this object, iterator object, I'm getting only 1. Next time I'm trying, I'm getting 2. Same thing, I'm not writing anything again. So this is the purpose of the generator. So what is the benefit of iterator in interview? In terms of interview, in Philips interview, they asked me one question related to generator. So there is a big advantages.
Mujahid, we are not able to hear you. I'm not able to hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, now it is audible.
So like Philips company or General Electricals also, recently I worked with General Electricals, one freelancing project. So there I found they are using more generators and iterators. Why? Because they don't have that much of memory in their devices. So they want to deploy IoT based devices like drones and other IoT Raspberry Pi and other some thin PC, Arduino. These devices don't have that much of memory, and they require consumption of less memory. So for that purpose we use generators. So those they are working on IoT based projects, so they want to know about generators and iterator in detail. But at least for interview we need to crack at least what is iterators and what is generators. Iterator is basically the concept, and that concept can be implemented through generator. In generator, we will use yield keyword, and this yield keyword they use two things. Remember, iterator, iter. This is made up of with these two methods, iter and next. This through these two things, it will implement generators. Internally, it will prepare your own custom iterator, and you can call a generator object through next method. Remember, so this is the purpose of generator and iterator. This is for interview purpose. You should know about that, and later we will see detail about that also later. But just understanding purpose, we should know the concept of iterator. Now we will move to the topic called file handling, which is important and very interesting thing, which will help us to write a program with reading and writing stuff. Okay, so let me try with file handling first. Mm, guys, you already have idea about file handling, right?
Yeah.
So
How to
what
create the file, how to write to the file.
right, correct. So basically in file handling, what happened, we usually use file handling for the reading purpose of file, and read lines and multiple stuff like a text reading file. So let me tell you some concept about that file handling first. File handling is basically based on files, and this file can be having some different modes for reading and writing purpose, like a read mode, write mode, and append mode. These modes we have here, and we can reuse this reading writing purpose for processing the file. And this file can be used in text file or any file. So there is one predefined method we have open in Python. We have open method that require two arguments. Remember, one is name file name, whatever you have file name with extension, or if they have, and then the mode. These two things you need to remember. The mode of file. So suppose if I'm creating one file here, I'll write some simple file with one folder. Let me create one folder here. This is my folder, and here I'm creating one file. Suppose basic file .py, extension is py for Python. Okay, now here I want to read the file. Consider this is the file. Consider topic to covers. In that I'm writing all things whatever we have, and then based on that I want to read this file. Consider, or anything else, like we'll take simple ABC, simple name. Okay, so this name I want to use. So what I will do, basically I will try to write a code for that, and in that code, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Any question, any doubt, guys?
No, Mujahid, we are
No,
following.
no. Yeah.
So basically, if we open this as in Notepad plus plus, so we'll see this file output. Let me open it. Here. So I'll write a file here. I'll create an object of that file. Remember, object is very important. You can write any name. For better understanding, I'm writing a file, and then open keyword, open function. And in that we require two things. What we require a file name. In this case my file name is abc.txt, and then the mode, which mode you want. So I'll write r for reading purpose. So this whole file will come into one object. Remember, so whatever, consider whatever we have here. So whatever we have here, abcd xyz, whatever, so this will come into one object. So this will come into this object. That object name is file. Okay, now with this object you can read each thing, each and everything, because this object contain a list of lines, a set of lines we have. So we need to read one by one each lines through one line method, line in file. So what do I mean by these things? This is a collection which hold multiple lines of this file, and that file lines we can read through for loop, and this is line variable. Through this line variable we can read it. So I'm writing here line, and then I just print this output. So when I run this program, it will help me to execute prompt. Oh, sorry. Python, and then basic file .py. So it will try to read this all file data content, and it will display you the output directly. Okay, see here output, and this is our code. We have abcd, whatever we have, we are getting this output. Okay, so this is the purpose of file basically. And with the help of this file you can do operation related to append and other stuffs, like I'll show you. Already we have written this file. Now I can do some another mode also I can try here, like append. Append mode is especially used to append the file, and now I'm writing append part, right, and then double quotation, this line I added, like this. One message I return, and remember we need to close the object, so I'll write file dot close, so it will be good for us also. So in future this will append that file and read that file. Let's me try with this example here. Same example, basic file, file not in reading mode. Why? Because we are trying to read this file because it is in not reading mode. So what we will do, reload, so it is added automatically, but it is not in reading mode because we read while appending, we cannot read it, remember. So if you want, we'll do like this. So if I try again, and if I change the input, suppose here I change some message, and this is my input file, and when I run this file, so it will add this data into this file. So updated data is this one, so test will come automatically. So this is the purpose of file handling. Any question, any doubt, guys? Even you can write.
Mujahid,
Go ahead.
how to read the file in the second line, third to fifth character?
Particular part.
Yeah, that's correct.
We can read like for that we will use object here. Let me try with the example, so it would be good. Reading we want, right? So if you want to read, we will use colon, and here for f in file, and then print. Here it will display you each and everything f, and then when you run it, it will give you all output. Okay, now your question is what, you want to read particular data. So there are two ways. Suppose in this file I'm trying to change something, which will be easy for us. Welcome. Okay, welcome I return, and I will try to find out the welcome first. F is equal to welcome. If I found, then print test, some message I will try to print here. So this is one way, which is a basic one, and another one is what, we can see here. We are getting the output, but main thing is what, we are not getting welcome, because welcome is basically here str, we need to use str, string. Welcome, print AAA, and then strf. So the whole line, no, this contains we need to write, because equal to is based on this symbol. They can have this type of symbol maybe. Yes, because next line we return, na? See here, if you not return anything, that means you have next line here, some special characters also included. So if you want to read, this is one way. Then another way is what, without going into the loop and directly whole thing, we'll directly comment this whole stuff and directly we'll write read part. There is one method called read. With the help of read, you can read particular data. Suppose I'm writing here welcome to Python and Java is open source, some message I return. Now with this method, what I will do, when I run this program, it is trying to display the data, but I will not print this, print and the value, whatever the value is coming here. So welcome will get a particular data, only particular data we will get. So welcome will get only WELCO. Why? Because 5 characters we are getting from that data, remember. So this is also possible. This is one way we can read it, and there is another way also we have. With that way we can read line by line. That means whole line we can read without any loop. That means I'll show you how I'm telling. print and then file object, then read line. This read line will help us to read whole line, complete line. So with this line you can go and you can store in one variable an exact character, you whatever you require, like if you want exactly to so you can fetch that value using variable. How? Writing this thing into variable s1 consider, and here I'll use s1 equal to this value, like this. And with this value I can write, okay, I need, already discussed about this, I think 5 2 to 5. So I'll get exact data what I need, just random number I given, that's why. So
Okay,
like that we can go. Okay, so sometime we will do these things which is very important, and also we will try with split also, which is important for us basically, in which we, what we will do basically, we will try to split the line into words. Suppose this is one way, and now what I need, reading file here, I don't want, I want to sorry, instead of reading, what I will do, I will comment this line, two lines, and uncomment this lines, and reading, while reading this file, what I will do, I'll store, before writing into the output screen, I will store into words, and then here I will use split method. This split method will convert into a words, remember, and that words I can do all, like I can display all first character, zeroth character, suppose I written like that. So what happened, what do I mean by this thing, can you tell me what would be the output here in this case? Oh sorry, I not print that output, so print, and then I try to print the w0. So here output is welcome Java. Why? Because it will fetch first word. Now you can display which word you want, and based on that word you can do it. So split is also very helpful for us. Remember, split is also helpful for us. Any question, any doubt, guys?
no.
So, like, I have some 3 to 4 sentences. If I want to print last words of each sentence, then the split function will work. But instead of that W of 0, uh, uh, we, what value?
This is very interesting. Yes, yes. Yes, I face this type of issue while learning this stuff. So remember, split will return a list of variables, means a collection here. So what happened? Here I'm getting the collection. So with the help of suppose I'm writing number of words, I'm using numd words. Suppose I'll use here f dot split, or you can write w of length, len. From there I can find out the length. This is the solution for that. It take me 2 to 3 hours that time while I am beginning. So that time I got more confusion. So through length we will get the whole collection, and that collection -1, and then we will do what operation we need, means n-1 means last one, or else -1 also is possible. That means without writing this thing, we have option called -1. So again base will come here, basics will come here. Okay.
Yeah, -1 in the sense it is the last one, right? Last character.
Right,
Word
right,
yeah.
right. So this type of problem we face definitely in a company, and when we try to do some programs, so we should know how to do tackle this type of issues. Now main thing is what we can do with file handling, some another stuff like reading the CSV, also very important for us, especially for those they are working on different huge amount of data set. So let me try with some example with CSV, it would be good. So I'll take new file, which is, or else can create, delete this file. So first of all, for CSV we require a predefined package. There is one package called CSV, import CSV, and CSV is what basically CSV is basically a set of column based values. So this is basically what we have here. I'll show you how we will specify CSV. We can write CSV in data. Suppose I written in data and CSV, and you can open the CSV in Excel, or you can open in Notepad or any text editor. So here you will write ID comma or 1 comma AAA comma 2500 some number. So this is your CSV file. Remember some values. Now you can open these values using Excel or through Python program. Here we'll try from here. What we will do here basically, we'll use again that method f open, and then here we will write the file name, in this case .csv we have here, and then close bracket. Now with this CSV we need to specify the format. Remember, CSV is basically column based data. We have here column separated value is comma separated value, and here we will use reader object will help us to read the CSV easily without any problem. So we can create object using dot dictionary reader, and then here we will specify our object. From here this object you need to read it, and now here we need to specify columns. In columns I'll specify like I have that column in my CSV file is ID comma and then name comma and then mobile salary comma, like this, and I'll specify here columns, all columns. So it will take data from here and it will treat this data. You are arranging this data into this format, in columns format. So ID, name and salary. So whatever we have here like ID, name and salary, so this will come with this object. Now with this object you can read it as normally we are reading through our for loop. For R, any one line, R means row, and then reader, which will generate the list of reading, and here we will try to display the value like R of what I want ID. So without writing this calculation, we'll just write the name like this. So here it will display the value R of, then I need name suppose, so I'll write name directly, then R of, then we will write salary. So here salary will come. So this is will generate the output as per your expectation. So let me try with this example here. Python basic file, and then run this file. So we'll get output whatever we require directly. So we can get exactly what we need, the data. Okay, any question guys here? Hello, any question?
Oh, yeah, no. No, how to remove that brackets? I remember that you mentioned that how to remove.
Okay, no problem. It's easy. Just we can use one variable s1, and here we will specify the value. This is bracket is coming because of print, so we can specify the value using this method. Double quotation ID equal to some message and then your brackets, and in this case I'll write dot format and then my specify my value. That's it. So here I'll use s1 suppose, and if I try this value, let me check. So here I'll get ID directly. So without writing this whole stuff, I'll use only s1, print s1. See, I'm getting only the value what I need. So format method will help us to get the value, and you can specify any value anywhere, any location. Even you can specify multiple values also. name equal to and some value. So this value will come in this sequence. So this sequence we need to follow, suppose. So same thing we will try here, and I'll write here, and salary is equal to and the value of salary, and salary is equal to brackets. This bracket will help us to fetch and store the value on particular location. So now if I try here, so I'll get what exactly format I need to display. Getting my point? Any question now? Hope
Uh,
you understand.
yeah.
Ashok?
One question.
Go ahead.
Let's say if you wanted to calculate like the total salary of both the people and add it, how would you do that?
Yes, it's also interesting. So what we will do this time, we will calculate these values and total we will store here. Remember, for this we will write here code like a total salary. We will consider this value is 0, and we will display this value here. Remember, print, and now here I'll write total salary is, and the value, and then format, and then total salary I'll specify here. Now I need to calculate, right? So I will calculate from here, this object. So I need to calculate with this object. How? Writing this thing into total salary is equal to total salary whatever we have plus the integer int. Convert this into int. That means it will convert into int. Let me try to run. See, total salary is whatever we have. Okay, like this we
Thank you.
will calculate.
Yeah.
Welcome. So first time we will initialize with 0, and then here we will again append these values again and again, multiple times we will append these values. So this will be make a sense, and here we can convert that value. I am sure this is the value we will get as a normal integer. But what happen, sometime we will get some specific code, like here I written b, so it is not correct, right? So that time this convert will give you an error. So we will find out, okay, there is a problem in this data, so we'll try to filter that data and all things we'll do there. So main thing is here what we will do, how we will read the file, which is normal file, text file, and how we will write this file, and I split that file, and how to create that file, and then basic import part, CSV file, and how we will read the CSV as a dictionary object. See here I'm doing, and then we can format as per our requirement, and then we will see another advanced topic which is interesting. Same thing, but little bit different. I just want to display this whole output. Consider, I just want to display whole output as a what we can say, yeah, as this I will make it as a comment. Normal. Here I'll write here one object, import library JSON. Sometime we need to generate output in JSON. In industry we will use JSON. Print JSON dot dumps. Dumps will help us to generate in JSON format, and then here I'll specify the indentation equal to 4. So this will print my output is in form of JSON format. So let me try with the JSON format. Oh, dumps JSON.dumps. What is an error? Is not serializable. Okay, version is changed. Is not serializable plus JSON reader indent equal to the value. Suppose here dictionary reader. But there is a problem with this example, but we will use this JSON dump object basically. So this will generate output in JSON format. So for this, suppose if we have data like JSON data, so we can read that JSON data and we can display that data into this format directly. So maybe column data problem, and let me try with this example here. Instead of writing this thing, I'll use column name also. Name, salary, and ID. So ID already there. We have name and here salary. Because JSON also sometimes we require. No. I'll check and then I'll let you know about this example, because there is a problem with format only. So no problem. So what we understand today, we will understand the reading purpose, how we will read the data, and how we understand the other stuff also, like reading generators and file handling. And then now we will move to logging part, which is important for an operation team side. Logging is very important because with the help of logging we can find out the errors, and we can enable or disable any error. Remember, enable or disable any type of error. Logs, you can say logs we can enable or disable with the help of logging concept. So how we will do these things? We require one package called logging. Import logging, we require this package, remember, for managing the output as a logging format. So that time we require this format. So and after this, what we will do basically, we will add this logging, and we will update the data into a different format. Like example, I will show you how import logging, and then I'll try to write a program directly. Right. So here I'll write import logging, and then that's it. Now here we will use logging dot debug, and then some message. It can be anything. Debug this code. So this message will come when debug is on. Remember, when debug is on, then only this message will come. So if I try with this example here, Python basic file, and enter. So I'm not getting any output. Why? Because this output will come when debug is on, and this is by default debug is not on. So how many messages we can write here? I'll tell you. Logging, through that I'll write info, and here I'll write info. Different methods we can write with this warning. If warning is enabled, then only warning message will come. Remember, when error, because error is high priority, so it will always come. And one another is critical. Critical comes always. So these two messages, if I try to print these 4 to 5 lines, so this here I'll get only these three things. Why? Warning and error and critical, these are prioritized message. So that's why information is not related to the highest priority, and debug will always come when we have debugging stuff. So because of this reason, we will not get the correct output. So we can configure a particular debugging like logging dot basic config. We will write here basic config. This is coming from log4j, logging for part. So that's why this is, we need to use camel case. They're splitting the rule config here. See here, C is capital, and then label, we need to specify the label. Label can be logging dot warn, so it will display warn based messages also. So here if I try here, I'll get warning related same, but that means it is by default. And or also we can change info based messages, so it will display all information based messages. So this is the hierarchy. Remember, hierarchy is first debug, then info, then warning, then error, then critical. So always critical things will come always. It will always come. So those they are suppose the connection is not established. So this time you will use critical. If there is a error in connectivity, or if there is an error in file transfer, so that time we will display error. If there is an issue with memory space, so that time we will display warning message. If there is just we want to see where we connect and the information verbose output, so that time we use info. If we want to know why my program is not working, suddenly crash, so that time we need to enable debug. So how we will enable? Right here, debug. So this will open your debugging stuff. So all debugging commands will automatically run. So here debug will come automatically. See, debug is coming. Getting my point? Any doubt? Any question, guys?
No.
Hello,
Yeah, no more.
Chetan, Ashok, Ramil.
No,
No,
no.
Mujahid.
So these all related to debugging, logging part we saw, and from tomorrow we will see a concept of Docker, plus how we will implement class-based application. I will make ready-made application if possible, and with this application how we will deploy it and how we can use this application in our real-time scenario. So you people also require to have system, so it would be good for us, and then I will tell you to check in your side for tomorrow session, and if you need anything in that we will enhance it. So how the collaboration done and how the deployment process will done there, we'll see. So I will already make one server in EC2, means cloud-based virtual server, and in that I will make the server, and in front of you how I will install the Docker, and then we will require the hub-based account. So you need to go with hub.docker.com and create your account and share with me through in WhatsApp or any message. Okay, so this will help us to connect with collaboration based development part, how we will collaboratively manage this application, we will understand. Okay, and we will deploy there. So also we will see the Python anywhere. There is one concept called Python anywhere. You guys need to know about this. This is the website. Here I created my account, so we can see this account pythonanywhere.com, like that. So you need to go in website, this website first, and in the account side you need to select teacher as Mujahid. So what I will do here, I will do some collaborative operations, and then here also we will try to do some automate on the fly script running. On the fly script running, how we will run a script on the fly, we will see this concept here. Okay, so just add this accounts, two accounts will be required tomorrow. We will do practically all this stuff. So if you need any help we will see it. Okay, you should create two accounts in Docker and Python anywhere. So you can find out many things inside there. You can run on the fly script, you can deploy a class based application, anything you can do here in Python anywhere. Okay, so tomorrow is the last session for us, and if you need any time anything, any help you require, anytime you can call me on my same number. My number until before 15 years ago I purchased this, so it still is available for you. Anytime you need any help, let me know, which is related, anything related to your job support or any related to your help in your task, so definitely tell me anytime. Okay, okay guys.
Sure,
Okay,
sure,
Mujahid.
Mujahid.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
uh-huh. If you need any help also you can tell me. We'll see
Sure.
tomorrow this stuff, and then we will finish it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, bye.